It's morning and I'm not wearing pants. Rosie's pretty happy. She's got the bed to herself. I'm gonna start sleeping in a recliner because it's the only way I can get comfortable. Broken ribs and whatnot. But takes up the whole bedroom. Sir, one of these days I'm gonna plumb this bitch in so you don't have to add water. Chop up some of these here pieces and get some light up in this bitch. Got some water, buddy. Oh, get up. Because I'm a wuss and I don't like burning my face. Alright, you sexy sons of bitches. I know I promised turbo content, but I got adult work to do. Fixing this here lawnmower. I was in the process of replacing the cables, but my ribs started hurting, so we're gonna get back to that today. You know, for as much shit as I know how to do, I've never actually used the fucking lawnmower, so I don't know what these levers do. I'm gonna call the customer here in a bit and ask, cause I don't know how to use this shit. Their dogs, fucking dogs, chewed up the recoil start. It's over there somewhere. So we gotta knock this out right quick before we start working on the turbo heist. It's a few hours later. It's 3:18 now. Geez. Replaced the recoil start cable, replaced both engine stop cable and the drive cable. I thought I had nuts to secure the other side of the cable, but I don't. I had to fabricate them. I got some M8 or M6, I believe these are M6 bolts, and pretty proud of myself. It's not the first time I do this, but I drilled a fucking hole through a tiny bolt. Oh, those are hot. Machine City, son. Who can do that? Who can do that? That's a Harbor Freight drill bit too. Who's badass? Oh, god damn it. Hadn't plugged it in. Alright, we're gonna go mow the sand. It's many hours later. The day's ruined. Cables were easy enough to fix. Had to figure out how to rebuild a recoil start. The first motorcycles I built had Harbor Freight tractor motors, the 6.5 horsepower ones. But I never really got around to learning how to rebuild these things. Yeah. Anyhow, let's do some burnouts. Sorry, bro. I had to. I have no self-control. All right. Now that I took up all day doing that stupid job, we were gonna start working on the turbo system. So, as many of you know, the day that I bought the turbochargers, the day I had the accident, had it in my backpack, tore my backpack. I had the turbo in my backpack. Yeah, I bent the studs. Too bad they were studs in there, man. Now they won't come out. You can see I've chewed them up pretty bad trying to get them out. I did this damage like the day after or the day of the accident, and I really felt it like when I strained. So I'm gonna go and try to wrestle them today. But since these studs are bent, you can see they're not straight. One of them's a little more bent than the other. First order of business is taking these bent studs off. If we can't do that, then this project is scrapped. I'm not giving up. If it is, they got the IHI Rhino turbos for $200 on eBay. I'm gonna go ahead and get one of those if this one doesn't work. But I paid $25 for this. In any case, it'll look cool on my shelf. So let's try to use it. If you look in there, the inlet port of the turbine housing is actually the same size as the exhaust port on the head on the heist. The exhaust side of the turbine, it's a little bigger. It's whatever. Obviously, the full exhaust port on the turbocharger is huge. The reason it's this big is because it's internally wastegated, which is cool. I'm trying to conceive a way. This is really high-tech shit, but I want to build an electromechanical interface that I can set a dial to that will automatically open the wastegate at whatever boost setting I set it at. To do this, what I'm planning is this. Here's what I'm planning. I'm going to have a boost gauge that is going to be grounded, right? The needle is going to be grounded. So this is the top view. There's going to be a slot with an insulator with a spring. It's going to be a button that you can press. Riding on this insulator, spring loaded, so that when you press it, it relieves the tension and you're going to be able to rock it back and forth within this slot. Here's going to be my boost gauge. Here's going to be idle. Here's going to be vacuum. Here's going to be boost. So what I'm thinking is we got 1, 2, 3. So this thing is going to be a contact. So let's say I want to run 2 pounds of boost. I'm going to put it right here between the 2 and the 3. And when the needle hits 2 pounds of boost, we're going to have a ground signal. Right? On the other hand, there will be a solenoid. I don't know how to draw a solenoid. Solenoid. Sorry, I'm super dyslexic. Gonna have a solenoid to open the wastegate. WG. And then here we're just gonna have 12 volts positive. 12 VP DC. And we're gonna call this project the Ghetto Electromechanical Interface. Bro, do you in science? Okay, so if you guys have seen the needles on gauges, whether you're running Autometer or Sun Pro or whatever have you, you know that the needles are mighty skinny. So we're gonna run low amperage through here and possibly have a relay in the middle. I'm afraid if we conduct enough energy through that needle to trigger the solenoid, we're gonna fucking melt the needle. It's like super lightweight, super thin aluminum. And what's gonna protect the needle from bending is gonna be that when the solenoid triggers the wastegate, we're gonna lose boost, so it'll stop boosting, right? That's a plan. That's a plan. The other plan is to just go ahead and uncrimp this bitch right here. I'm gonna uncrimp all of this folded edge, and we're just gonna buy a teal or just an eBay wastegate spring. I've seen them go as low as 4 pounds, 3 pounds. This seems a lot more complicated. This involves buying a relay, a solenoid, rigging said solenoid to the wastegate. So yeah, first we're gonna try this. If I grind this edge off, you know, I'm sure it'll work. It'll work just fine. We'll get in there and we'll replace the wastegate spring. But if I grind this edge off, I'm not entirely sure how we're going to seal it back up. if we have a leak in the topside chamber of this diaphragm, the boost signal isn't going to trigger it. So yeah, whatever happens, I'm going to have a stethoscope duct tape to the cylinder, and I'm going to be listening for knock. I think I'm like 98% positive we can get away with 2 pounds of boost without tweaking the internals of the motor. Yeah. What if things go wrong, you might ask? Well, let me fucking tell you what if things go wrong. In this box, I have prepared a kit. New ignition coil, cylinder base gasket, head gasket, and a piston with piston rings, wrist pin, circlips, extra header gaskets. I didn't spend more than $30 on all of this shit. If the cylinder goes boom, the cylinder with a head with all of this is less than $200. If the bottom end goes out, I'm fucked. All right, well, it's a few hours later. It's actually dark now. I can't find my pipe wrench. I was using it fairly successfully to get these bitches off. But I was trying to torque on some shit with my slip joint pliers, and I am not feeling up to it. I definitely feel my chest shifting around. I think there's splinters of bones in there. I could die. I'm gonna leave it at that. I oiled the things up. Yeah, I'm gonna take it easy for another week.